Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this video is going to be an introduction to a new collab that, well, it's new to me, collab that I'm going to take part in. This collab actually started last year, but I did not join in. There are quite a few other people who were in the collab last year that are continuing with this year, and then there are a good amount of newbies to the collab. And what the collab is, it's called the Crafty Goals with Amalia. And the purpose of this collab is to just kind of help you work on craft related goals. Well, it can be crafting, it can be with like your business. You can incorporate whatever goals that you want to in this collab. It's just to kind of help you keep on track of your goals and kind of map out where you're going, what you want to do throughout the year 2020, and just kind of help you keep track of things and stay in focus of what you are wanting to achieve. I did not do it last year. I found out about the collab when they were already on, I think, their second month. So I kind of, well, I did follow along. I watched everyone's videos last year. I loved seeing how they organized themselves, how they kept track of what they were working on. There's all different ways that they use to keep track of their goals. And my way that I have decided to do, I took this from Paige, who is Stamp Girl. She just used these printed out calendars. I love watching planning videos and things like that, but I cannot get myself to commit to a planner and to really use it all the time. I will start out using a planner or a calendar, like a little date, like a yearly calendar planner type thing from Dollar Tree. I've had a happy planner that I really just basically did not use. I hate that because that was money that I spent, and I ended up just started out using it for a few weeks, and then it just kind of, I just lost interest. But I am a list maker. I love notebooks, notepads, journals, and I love writing things on paper. So I thought, well, if I use these printable calendars, I would be able to keep track of my collabs. I'm going to try to keep track of swaps, any swaps on Facebook that I am doing, like when they are due to be mailed out. Any challenges on YouTube that I'm wanting to participate in. So I think this will be a good way for me to try to stay organized. At least I'm really hoping I can commit to this. But for my goals, I'm trying to keep it somewhat simple. I don't want to get too carried away and just come up with a whole... I have more goals than this that I would like to do, but I'm afraid if I overload myself, then I won't accomplish anything. So I'm going to focus on the main ones here that I have written down. And I did just kind of draw a little chart in this graph. It's a graph composition book. And so I just made me a little chart with the months across, and then all of my goals down here. And so what I'm wanting to work on, I do want to try to get, I don't really necessarily mean complete these number of projects. I want to work on, like, have either actively going or have finished 2 crochet projects per month. For jewelry, I want to complete, or even I will be completing a project because I'm doing a collab with Deb Hauk, Crafty Cottage here on YouTube. She's doing a jewelry collab, which I will be participating in. So I know for sure I will be getting at least 1 project done per month with her collab. Hopefully I can get more done than that, but that is my goal. For cross stitch, instead of trying to pick a certain number of projects. I decided to go with hours. So that way, if I decide I want to like focus on one piece, maybe I'm close to finishing a project, or I really want to get some progress done, I can just spend 3 hours per week or more on whichever project that I want to. I am wanting to try to use up at least 4 of my paper pads per year, because I have a mountain of paper in my craft room. The majority of my pads, well, I won't say the majority because I have so many 12 by 12 pads, but of my smaller size pads, I have several containers full of 6 by 6 pads, which I will be using a few of those this year in another collab with Deb. It's called Smash That Small Paper Pad. So I will be hopefully using up quite a few. I would aim for 4 paper pads per year, or this year, 4 paper pads throughout her collab. And then also I have a ton of card kits. Years ago, when my mom used to sell close to my heart the card making and scrapbooking stuff, I used to buy the card kits and the scrapbook page kits, which can be used to make cards, but they did have actual card kits that I have quite a few of. I was in some different card clubs over the years, like Simon Says, I think is the name of it, stamps. SEI is another one that I've got quite a few of these monthly card kits from them that I was in a subscription, and I want to use at least 4 of those kits throughout the year. For my Christmas cards, I am going to for sure get my 10 per month because of my collab that I'm hosting. It's called 10 on the 10th, and I've actually already put up, let me see, today is the 10th that I'm filming this. I did put up my video, and I actually got 12 cards, so I'm a little bit ahead for this month, but I want to at least get my 10 per month done. I also want to do 5 other general greeting cards, like thinking of you, thank you, just a note, some kind of like hello, just saying hello, birthday cards, just general cards like that I can have on hand just to send out whenever I need to, or just if I want to gift one to somebody. I would like to also try doing sending out 1 rack or happy mail every 3 months, just a little like surprise to send to somebody, just say, hey, I was thinking of you, or if I run across something in my craft room that I'm wanting to get rid of, that I don't use or no longer enjoy, and I know that a particular YouTuber or someone on Facebook likes that type of item, I can just surprise them by gifting that to them. So I do want to do 1 every 3 months. I also want to work on organizing my craft stash for 1 hour per week or more. And I didn't say craft room because I have multiple areas throughout the house with crafting supplies. My main actual craft room has just paper crafting stuff. I have my jewelry supplies and all of my cross-stitch items in different cabinets and bookcases in my bedroom. And then I have the corner of my living room. I have several cabinets and a bookcase that's for all of my crochet stuff. So I do want to try to work each week for a minimum of 1 hour organizing and sorting and destashing and whatever I can do to get that stuff in order. For minimum 1 hour each week. I want to also start making more mini albums and folios. So I have set a goal for myself to make at least 4. Oops, I'm getting out of the camera, sorry. To make at least 4 this year. The folios are like, if you look up online, my sister Scrapper. She does what she calls a trifold folio and the waterfall folio. I've made a couple of hers, and they're really easy, and they look really nice when they're put together. I'd like to make like a bunch of those, or at least several, for like, if I'm hoping to get to participate in a couple of craft shows this year. One hopefully coming up in the spring, and then maybe in around Christmas time if it all pans out. So I'd like to have some albums. And I thought, well, a mini album, a lot of times they're sort of chunky, and I don't know that people would really want to pay what you would need to make, like to sell an album for, because they are quite chunky and a lot of work and product goes into them. But these folios, you can make a folio with like a page kit that you get at Hobby Lobby. That's like one of those $8.99 or $9.99 Paper Studio page kits. You get them on half price, and you pay for, $4 or $5. And just minimum supplies, you can make a really nice folio that someone could put quite a bit of, quite a few pictures in. You could sell that for $20, and that really would, you'd be making probably some decent money. And they don't really take too much time. Only maybe a couple hours is what it takes to make those. So they're real easy and affordable to make. So I plan to get at least 4 albums or folios made. I figure I'll make more folios than actual albums, but I'd like to at least make 1 album and then 3 or 4 folios. ATCs, that's actually my favorite paper crafting item to make, so I would like to get 5 or more done each month. I have a bunch of ATC kits in my stash where I've bought over the years from youratcstore.com. They have a lot of awesome product on their website. They have other things besides just ATC supplies. You can get like bottle cap things to make bottle cap jewelry and charms, and they have ephemera, got cut apart images, and I'm out of the camera again. Okay, so I do want to try to get at least 5 of those per month. For videos on my channel, I shouldn't have any trouble getting 2 every week because of all the different collabs that I'm in. I also like to film my swap projects before I send them off, and I do like to try to film when I receive swaps or happy mail, and whenever I am able to send out a rack or a happy mail, I will try to film that. So there's a lot of opportunity there to get more than 2 every week on my channel. So that's my goal there. My craft spending, because I have so many hobbies that I like doing, I am trying to keep my spending at $25 or less per month because I really don't need anything. I've been collecting all of these different craft supplies for probably well over 20 years. I've been into paper crafting since I was about 12 years old. I started scrapbooking in 2002 when my daughter was born, and I've been making jewelry since sometime before 2002, probably back in the 90s. I have been crocheting now for just over 2 years, and I have a mountain of, and I'm out of focus again, or out of the camera, sorry, but I have been doing the crochet now for about 2 years, and I have enough yarn to look like I've been crocheting all my life. It's ridiculous. So I need to be using up everything that I have instead of buying more. So that is why I'm going to hopefully not go over 25, or not even use any at all if possible. But I think 25 is a good amount just in case I run out of a certain adhesive, or if I need one particular piece of paper, which I don't really know how I could need that, but just one particular item for something that I'm making, then I will have that little bit of a budget there. I also want to do 2 channel giveaways for this year. One every 6 months. So I'm not sure exactly when I will have them, but that's my goal, to have one every 6 months. And then I also want to start participating in the YouTube challenges that all the craft channels will put out, like for subby challenges and birthday challenges and things like that. I want to really start supporting everyone's channels a lot better. If I see a challenge they try to really jump in there and make the projects that they are looking for, or do whatever it is that they are looking for to help support them and help their channel grow. So I want to really start supporting all of my fellow YouTubers a lot better this year, and a lot more, by joining in the challenges as I see them. And I do want to try to do 6 this year. And I already have one that I'm going to be working on a project to send in. So I do have one already that I want to start working on. So that is my little chart. And each month I'll just go down the column. And which right now I am actually working on a project. I started it last night. Is a hat. So when I get to the end of the month, if I worked on 2 projects, I will just put like a 2 there. Jewelry, if I get just my 1 project for the collab, I will just, put my little number there. And I'll just kind of go down here and just fill in whatever info I need to fill in. And then throughout each month, in order to track what I am working on, I am going to do a page or 2, however many pages I need per month, and just put the day of the week, and then just kind of write out what I am working on each day. And I do need to add the 10th, which is today that I'm filming, add what I have worked on today. And then each day I just go down here and write what I've worked on. If it's a time thing that I'm tracking, I can put how much time I've spent on that. Like up here, I did some cross stitch back on the 5th. I cross stitched on a project called 3 Little Kittens, and I worked for 1 hour. And here I organized in my jewelry stash area for 2 hours. I did some cross stitch on the 1st. I finished a project and I worked about 1 hour. And then I organized my craft room closet for 3 hours on the 1st. So, and then here I have the number of Christmas cards that I made. So I'll just this way I can keep track of what I'm doing. And at the end of the month, when it's time to do my video for the recap, which I believe those recap videos will go up the first Saturday of the following month. So like for January, when I go over what I accomplished, like what all I got done towards my goals in January, I believe that video will go up on the 1st of February, since that is the first Saturday in the month. So that is what I am going to be working on this year, trying to keep everything as organized and focused as I can. And hopefully this year will be the year that I use what I have, don't buy a lot of more stuff. I've really, back in December last month, I started organizing in my craft room as well as in my bedroom where my jewelry and cross stitch areas are at, really trying to get everything, like items together and not having scattered everywhere, which I hate when that happens. You don't have everything in one place. I've been trying to get everything together. I did get all of my Christmas stuff. I have a cabinet in my living room, which is just outside of my craft room, that I have all of my Christmas crafting together in that one cabinet. And I have a second cabinet that I have to put together that will house all of my other holiday stuff, like fall, Halloween, Valentine's, and Easter, because those are the ones I have the majority of product for. And that way it clears up so much space in my craft room, because it was just taking over. It was like it was growing on me and just closing me in. So I had to get that stuff out of here. I didn't even have a floor for a while. I had a path to my desk, and that was about it. And now my cats can actually come in here, and I don't have to worry about them causing an avalanche as badly, because I've gotten quite a bit of stuff put away, which is awesome. So that is, these are the goals that I have set for myself for 2020. So I will have in the description below the links of everybody else that's taking part in this collab. There is a list of veteran collabers who are the ones that were in there last year when this collab started. And then there's another list which has myself and the rest of the newbies that are just starting the collab this year. And there is quite a bit of YouTubers that are doing this, which is awesome. So please go check out all of their channels and see what their crafty goals are. Maybe you can get inspired, get some ideas of how to organize and come up with some of your own goals. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I hope you all have had a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.